Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In this tutorial series, we're kicking off a brand new tutorial series called Getting Started with Spatial Analysis using ArcPython and ArcGIS Pro. And this tutorial series is built for GIS analysts, data scientists, and researchers who wants to move from the manual and one-off maps to automated, reproducible, and publication-ready workflows. So, because the real research like the flood analysis, the predicting the disease outbreaks, or mapping the wildfire risk in vulnerable areas, so demands which demands more than a point and click. So you need to process the dozens of raster and run sensitivity tests and share your steps so the others can verify your work. So that's where the ArcPython comes in. So it's the Python library inside our GIS Pro that turns your analysis into script, one that you can run again and tweak, and even you can share with others. So in this tutorial series, we will cover the real world questions, including which hospital is the closest to an incident using a network analyst tool, and how green is your city using the remote sensing tools, and where should I place a new AED device using raster analytics, and we can perform the time series and predictive analysis. And of course, we will even use the deep learning to count features in the satellite images. So if you're a student working on thesis, or a data scientist adding a spatial skill, or a GIS pro tired of repetitive tasks, you'll find the value here. So what you need: an ArcGIS Pro with spatial analyst and network analyst extension, a little Python curiosity, and the datasets I will provide in the description. So if it sounds like you, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell, and our first real tutorial drops in every week. We will automate all the spatial analysis, and I will see you. So now let's get started. So welcome to this tutorial series. So if you ever spend 6 hours clicking through a geoprocessing tool for a single analysis, so you're in the right place. So we're going to learn ArcPython for ArcGIS Pro to automate, reproduce, and elevate your spatial analysis to the research paper quality. No more manual errors, just clean, scriptable science. So let me first explain what is ArcPython and why use it. So ArcPython, a Python site package for ArcGIS Pro. It provides an access to all geoprocessing tool, functions, and classes and modules. So the benefits over the manual GIS. So it automates the repetitive task, for example, batch clipping and projections, and create a reproducible analysis pipeline, and integrate with the pandas, NumPython, and matplot library, and scikit-learn and TensorFlow. So example use case from our series, it could include automating the flood extent mapping, and batch processing the satellite imagery, and running hundreds of surface area analysis. So next is setting up the ArcPython on ArcGIS Pro. So what you require in ArcGIS Pro 2.8 plus standard or advanced license and version. So currently I'm going to use the ArcGIS Pro 3.6 version, and make sure that your Python is of 3x bundled with ArcGIS Pro. So to check your Python version which is above 3.0 version, so I will make a tutorial to check on this particular Python version. So why ArcPython? The gap between clicking and publishing. So the manual GIS, one of analysis is hard to repeat and no audit trail. And in ArcPython GIS, is scripted workflow, and the version controls are ready and parameterized for a sensitivity analysis. So the research benefit: every step is documented to the peer reviewer can reproduce your work. So let us imagine you publish a paper on related to flood analysis. So a reviewer asks, did you try a different buffer distance? With a manual click, you have to redo the 3 hours of work. With ArcPython, you can change one number and rerun the entire analysis in 30 seconds. That's the power we are unlocking. So what you will master in this series. So we will start with a hello world in ArcPython and end with the deep learning for counting features in satellite images. So each lesson uses real datasets like a disease outbreak, or the wildfire affected areas, and the crime analysis. So first we're going to set up the environment for ArcGIS and Python, and the data automation for batch processing, geodatabase management, and vector analysis for the buffer, joins, overlay, and network analysis, and the raster and remote sensing for Landsat, Sentinel-2, and band ratio, and raster algebra. And next is the statistics and prediction for hotspot analysis, regression, and time series. And last, the deep learning integration for feature extraction from the satellite imagery. So this is the learning roadmap for GIS automation and advanced analysis, starting with the environment setup and data automation, vector analysis, raster and remote sensing, statistics and prediction, and deep learning integration. So the real-world research which includes the vector and network focus. So vector analysis is the backbone. We will script network analysis like finding the nearest hospital to an emergency call, and overlay a demographic data to answer the questions like which district has a fewest low-income families, and all using the ArcPython module in ArcGIS Pro. And next is raster and remote sensing. So we're going to cover the various topics, which includes the river turbidity analysis and calculate the impervious surface areas, and Tonga volcano sulfur dioxide analysis, coastline extraction, and visualize the monthly changes in the Hirakund reservoir. So the raster analysis is where the ArcPython shines. So we will write a loops that process every Sentinel-2 scenes for an year, and calculate the turbidity and export the time-lapse video of the reservoir changes. That publishable supplementary material right there. So which this particular which shows the three critical scenarios. So first figure 1, which shows the Sentinel-2 false color imagery, the urban growth and vegetation analysis, and the second figure which shows the reservoir water level animation, and the third figure which shows the Tonga sulfur dioxide plume mapping during the Tonga volcanic eruption. So next, the real-world research, it could include predictive and deep learning. So which could include the predictive floods with unit hydrograph, and predict El Nino oscillations, and snow avalanche hazard mapping, and counting features in satellite images, and identifying a suitable site for the ALS clinics, and mapping the wildfire risk zones. So we will go beyond the description. You will learn to predict where will the emergency service request occurs, and which areas have a highest wildfire landslide risk after a burn. And we will use a pre-trained deep learning model to count cars, buildings, or palm oil plantation from the drone imageries. So for example, our first tutorial preview, your first ArcPython script could be, for example, identify the hospital within Chennai 2015 flood zones. And the output could be a map and tables of affected facilities. And the time to analysis to perform this analysis could take a maximum of 3 minutes to perform this analysis. So in tutorial 1, we will write this exact script. Then we will run it for different buffer distance of 500 meters, 1 kilometers, and 2 kilometers, and compare the flood risk. You will see why the automation isn't just convenient; it's a research superpower. So the next could be of the overlay analysis, like intersect, union, and erase. So intersects keeps only area where the layers overlap, and union keeps all the areas from all layers. And erase tool removes a part of one layer using another. And this is an example syntax. So we will use a real examples like identifying the facilities at risk of forest fire, the intersect hospital and school with high risk fire zones. So the series structure, each tutorial follows this template. So research question, which US county lacks public airport access, and followed by the data sourcing, where to get it, ArcGIS, a Living Atlas, USGS, or OpenStreetMap. And the third could be of ArcPython workflow, a step-by-step code explanation. And the fourth, it could be the visualization and export, map layout, table, or even video. So each of the tutorial series follows a research question, data sourcing, and ArcPython workflow, and the visualization. And the software and setup. So what you need before this tutorial: an ArcGIS Pro version 3 or and higher, and a Python environment. So I will show you how to set up your project so you never lose a file. We will use an ArcGIS Pro built-in Python windows for the quick test, and then graduate to writing a reusable scripts. Don't worry if you're really new to Python. I will explain every line. So now the research paper, the advantage, the reproducibility and supplementary materials. So when you submit a paper, for example, a flood analysis using SR imagery, include your ArcPython script so the reviewer can run it, and that transparency build trust. And I will show you how to package your code for publication. So these are the following research or the spatial analysis we're going to perform in this tutorial series, starting with the flood analysis and analyzing the violent crime, finding the hospital closest to an incident, which district has the the fewest low income families, and designate the bike roads for computing the professionals, and locating a new retirement community, and finding a grazing allotments, and analyzing the growth factor of rental properties in New York City, and how green is your city, and how to find the safe street to schools, which areas are good, the Kruger habitats, and analyzing in the United States tornado, and mapping the 2019 pandemic, and identifying the facilities at risk of forest fire using a spatial overlay analysis, and predictive flood with unit hydrograph, and river turbidity estimation using Sentinel dataset. And last, the California wildfires of 2017 fire analysis, and lot more other research analysis will be performed in this tutorial series. So in the next video, we'll be tackling the real research questions, and fully automated the analysis using ArcPython. So if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you don't want to miss the workflow that could become the backbone of your next research paper. So thanks for watching, and keep coding, keep mapping, and I will see you in the next video.